Greetings, everybody. This week's review will be Freddy Got Fingered, starring and directed by Tom Green, featuring Harlan Williams, Marissa Coughlan, Rip Torn, Eddie K. Thomas, and a cameo by Shaq. Because it ain't the 90s or 2000s without Shaq cameo. Man, talking about one of the funniest movies of the early 2000s. Though critically panned, still, though anybody who hates this movie doesn't understand comedy. I mean, talk about a lot of funny scenes, even if it's gross hack humor, which only Tom Green is good at in some cases, and of course with excellent side characters like Darren, played by Harlan Williams, Andy, young Andy, who was basically like the live action Kenny McCormick of this film. I mean, almost except for like the beginning of the movie, he's all every scene he always winds up getting hit in the face by something. And talk about the epic storyline of how like the 28-year-old man child tries to get his dad to accept him and all. And man, talk about Rip Torn's performance. It was like Archie Bunker without the racism. And I also mention with Tom Green, of course, there was a cameo by Drew Barrymore, who at the time he was married to. Post credit and at the beginning when he's lying about a woman, about the so-called animator's death, which of course he lied about a lot because hence the title Freddy Got Fingers, when he lies to the psychiatrist about his dad being a pedo who molested his younger brother, and he was a 25-year-old bank president. And talk about something funny when he's at a group home and they still don't realize he's a kid, even at the end when they showed him with a long hippie hair and a hippie beard, looking like John Lennon when he hooked up with Yoko. Man, talking about it, and also epic soundtrack by Sammy Davis Jr., Dead Kennedys, and the only good song by Moby. That oh Lordy, I travel so hard. Talking about the only good song that motherfucker's ever done. Man. And oh, a lot of epic funny scenes in this film. Like for example, at the beginning when he gets the LeBaron, and when he goes to that the cheese sandwich job in LA, and his dad gives him the LeBaron, and then woo, and then even funnier when he stops at that random horse farm, he wants to jerk the horse off, like horsey, and when he's rejected the first time, he goes that he literally takes the advice of the head of the animation studio, played by Anthony Michael Hall, Dave Davison, the character, and he literally gets inside the corpse of a dead deer, and then taunts the trucker, and then he comes home, and then of course all the hilarious hijinks between he and his dad, and then again when when Harlan Williams' character breaks his leg, and then he licks the wound at like 2 a.m. and he's like, and of course Gord's dad wakes up and goes, "It's 2 a.m. Shut up, everybody!" And woof, and all orange scenes, and he's even funnier skits like the infamous "Daddy, would you like some sausage?" and backwards man, backwards man, backwards man, backwards man. I can walk backwards as fast as you can. Man. And then the soap on her up and, oh, I got the treasure, I got the treasure, I got the treasure. I mean, Tom Green was literally just played himself. It's almost like a 90-minute episode of the show. And this is coming from somebody who actually hated reality shows in MTV growing up. But I was like that 1% along with Celebrity Deathmatch and Beavis and Butthead that was actually watchable. Besides idiots from now, which is just idiots from Jersey and pregnant teenagers. And yet ridiculousness gets all the hate. Now I mean to get off topic, but back to Freddy Got Fingered. Man, talk about a funny movie. And man, Harlan Williams is one underrated actor when it comes to comedies. I mean, for a fellow Canadian actor alongside Tom Green, I'm American by the way, so don't need to confuse words by a fellow Canadian. And of course, Williams, he always did some hilarious films in the 90s and early 2000s, like Mr. Headmistress, Half Baked, Rocket Man, which that needs to be on Disney Plus, by the way. And then some of that 2007, that a good performance in a so-called performance of Sheriff Roscoe in the Dukes of Hazzard movie, the second movie. That's for another. Those are all for another reviews. But back to the hilarious Freddy Got Fingered, and woo-wee, talk about hilarious and excellent performance of Marissa Coughlin in the role she's second best known for, alongside being Officer Ursula in Super Troopers. Man, talk about it. Man, she was kinky. And when Gord thinks he's got a respectable woman, and then she's kinky in the sack, and then inspires him to continue his writing while she works on the rocket chair. And, he's at the second job at the cheese sandwich, and he's again, and back to the first one when and talk about some hilarious, how funny that sequence was when he's got the big ass stick of sausage, and he's just taunting the employees, where he's like, ding dong, you can't touch me, I got my cheese helmet on. Man, that was some hilarious, man, a hilarious movie. Even how he did his own badass that he actually did his own skateboarding stunts. I mean, and then when he gets the money, and he pranks his dad by going to make her wake up in Pakistan, and then he pulls the horse thing on an elephant, and and then get captured, and after writing the successful Zebras in America, after the figure X-Ray Cat. Man, Freddy Got Fingered, a hilarious 5 out of 5. I mean, that's a movie that could not be remade, and it should be remade. Because Tom Green's original materials is original, and no one else could be Gordon Brady but him. And of course now and all this nowadays, it wouldn't have flown with some group of Karens complaining about some sort of ism, because they gotta find one for everything that's hilarious these days. But overall, Freddy Got Fingered, a 5 out of 5 masterpiece. I mean, a comedic masterpiece. I mean, should have been winning Oscars, not Razzies. But reading on IMDb about how Tom Green still accepted the awards, and then they had to drag him off stage in the way that only Tom Green could do. I mean, Surprised he didn't just never went to see where he broke fourth wall and started doing the Bum Bum song. Overall, 5 out of 5. I hope y'all liked it. Enjoy. And there'll be more videos on the way.